Alright, good morning. It's what, 119? January 19th? It's a Thursday. It's been an odd day so far. Let's go over, I guess, post the link. Give me a sec. That's not it, that's not it. Alright, so we had news today. I'll go over that here in a minute. It'll take a few. Give me a sec. Let me. I'm just marking some stuff so we can go over it. Today's been really freaking odd. Okay, so let's start with news and then we'll get into the rest of it. Minimum bid I didn't even do. Okay, this morning, the 7:30 release of news, this whole little spiel. We did have changes all over the place, but nothing freaking moved, which was odd in that this blue line was the news candle. There was a full minute delay, and then what we saw, and this is Euro, see a 20 pip drop, but over the next candle drops like 20 some pips right away. UJ, same thing. 1 minute after news, we get like a complete movement of almost 40 pips. So it's like it was on a huge delay. And then oil was the opposite. If we look, I mean, today is just a weird freaking day. Here's oil. And let me find when it released. So oil's release was here. A couple minutes before, we get a 31 pip drop on Euro. And on UJ, we got a 40 pip jump up. This is like 2-3 minutes right before news is released. So just really freaking weird today. Let's see, I took a UJ trade this morning. As soon as I took it, it actually tanked. We were looking at 78. It was up here. I mean, it just tanked immediately. It was actually, I don't even know where the hell it was. I'll go back to it. But it tanked immediately. We were in an upward trend, and basically that was the end of the trend. It dropped into a range as soon as I took the trade. I'll watch for a couple more. What's disturbing is the markets are moving kind of erratic. Not erratic like they look nice on here, but this nice looking doesn't actually fucking hell compare, because it's just that big spike of candles there that gave us this whole movement down. Well, here's the movement up, now here's the movement down. Euro, we had the spike down and a spike up, so spike down, spike up, but these were all, look down here, way too fast for me to even get in on. I completely missed it. That UJ trade I took, by the time I saw it going down, I was going to close it, and it was already closed. I mean, it's moving amazingly fast today. So I'm a little bit cautious. I'm waiting for these numbers to drop a little bit before I get in, because right now everything is moving extremely fast. We are almost to the point where a 1 minute candle would close me out in one move. So I'm waiting a little bit for the markets to calm down. We went into a range right here for about the last, 30-40 minutes. Actually almost an hour, and it's finally broken out. Euro looks like it went flat again, so we'll see if we can get a break. It hit the daily open and stalled out. UJ, you can see I have support and resist all over the goddamn place. It's still bouncing off this one. As for Friday, I did clean it up. I made this line blue. I made this one dashed. Easier to see, I think. We'll see what y'all think. Um, right now, what's odd also is we have Euro up and UJ up. They're not conflicting, so that's also I'm holding till we start seeing them conflicting. And we'll jump in onto something. Overall, the markets are acting really strange today. I mean, a 1 minute delay on a news release. Oh, shut up, Google. And then it hears me. And then it seems like the oil news, because oil did move. Here, let me show you. The numbers moved, but it seems like there's oil. We went from 4.1 to 2.3, and it seems like the news got out early because everything bounced a few minutes before that was released. As for the rest of the day, there's nothing really up. I think Yellen's up, but she spoke yesterday too, so I'm not expecting it. Yellen's up tonight, not touching it. China's up later, not touching it. And then tomorrow. Retail sales, GBP. I'm going to go ahead and demo that one. I've been staying away from GBP, but US CAD's spread has gotten worse lately. So I'm going to go ahead and demo this one. CAD CPI, I'm going to demo it. And Trump's inauguration. Pooey. That's all I can say right now. Let's take a look at charts. Okay, let's start with Euro. Let's back out a little one on that. Let's get rid of these. These are the funky moves, 2 of them. We're in a range, it broke out, now it's consolidating again, but we are on the daily open line, so we need it to break one way or the other. This is UJ, it's pretty much flat. I missed the good frickin' trades because of Time Warner this morning, which I'm kind of pissed. If I sound annoyed, that's why, because we had a fucking storm and the internet went to shit. UJ is in a range right now. We'll wait for it to break range, and I'll jump in on those. I'll make a couple pips on those, either one of them today. Just fucking annoyed. All right, I'm gonna try and snap out of my shitty mood. Let's see what else. Again, if you're on FXCM, let's make sure we're on the micro account. That is up to 10K. I'm going to put out an email today on that. There was something else I had to put out, and I can't remember it yet, and I'm waiting till I remember. And then I'm going to put that out in an email to make sure everyone gets it. Right now, I can't do anything with this, because if I say I got in here, it's going to reverse on me. If I got in here, it's going to reverse on me. We're braiding. In here. So we're waiting. See what happens. About the same thing here. We can see we're stuck in a little bit of a range. It's a big range, though. It's over 20 pip, but it's because we had these funky candles. Either the news got out early or market makers have finally woken up and they're going to start playing in the markets, which is normal. Just normally you see it before the U.S. session kicks in, not after it kicks in, but that's fine. Adapt, overcome, whatever. Do we have questions or anything right now? Otherwise, I'll just be bullshitting. We'll watch the charts, see what we got. Hopefully we can get into a trend on something. That UJ one pissed me off because it was the end of the trend and it went straight into range as soon as I took the trade. And I mean, it dropped fast. I looked away for 1 second while I was drinking coffee and the trade was already closed. Euro's got a support right here. It's hitting it. Here's a peak, and there. Which can be seen here and here. And here. It is slowing down a little bit. As we can see, all these were less than a minute. I mean, these were almost instant candles, and now we're moving up, so it's taken a little bit, 30 seconds to a minute to form, so it's slowing down a little bit, which I like. UJ's stuck in that little pissant range. If you have questions, today would be a good day for them. We'll get into some trades as soon as this freaking range breaks. You can see I have a line through here, through the middle. That's just basically a big consolidation point, and it's going to break through, hopefully. Does some goddamn thing. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm sorry I'm in a bitter mood. Fucking Time Warner's pissing me off. But let's see. I would ask because I'm planning on trading a little bit of London. Go ahead and leave your, if it's at all possible, it'd be nice if y'all could leave your signals on 24/7. I know a lot of you all are in VPS, so that won't be an issue at all. But if you could leave your signals on 24/7, that'd be great. If you have the News EA running, it's not going to fuck with it, so that does not matter. So if you're running it off the News EA VPS, it's fine. Yeah, let's see. We got somebody talking at least. Okay. Sorry, I'm answering a text. A friend of mine had she thought she had a dead battery. She drove through a puddle. We had a storm last night, and drainage here is like fucking non-existent. So she went through an intersection that was flooded, and her car stopped. And by the time I got there, she was like, made it through the intersection. She was on the side of the road. I go there, and she was freaking out so bad she never took the car and put it back in park and tried to start it. She thought her battery went dead or needed to be jumped or something, but put it in park and it started right up. But she was freaking out because she was kind of stuck somewhat in the right-hand lane. So today's been real fun. UJ is still holding in the middle of that range. Here's the the median of it right here, where this line is. This would be the median, and it's below the median. If we look over here, it's braiding up and down, so this is a no-no. We just got the down, but wrong way. Fuck me. We're looking for it to break down here. If it does break down here, we'll look for it to do this. I'll explain what I'm looking for. And this is exactly what I did on the other UJ trade, but unfortunately the trend ended. So I'm going to wait for it to break down below, and then what we'll wait for is for it to come back up, and then if I get one green candle, basically a movement down, this is where we will jump in the trade. So we would jump in about here on the trade. So we need it to come down below, close below this yellow line, come back up to somewhere near it as a pullback, and then we're going to get back in. That, for me, will be a recognition that we've truly broken out of the range. Otherwise, what will happen is I could get in the trade here, it pulls back, and let's erase some things. Otherwise, I could get in the trade, it pulls back, and it just heads back up, and we get stopped out. That is what happened. Well, it's not really what happened. Here's what happened, kinda. Let's see if we can get an example. Let's say this was, here's the trend up. So the trade that I took earlier, we were in a definitive trend up. We had a nice trend going up. It was moving nice. So this was the trend up. I got in. It went down. Hey, shit, I'm moving stuff. Okay, so then it went down. And I did get my up candle. So I got my up and I entered. As soon as I entered, like let's pretend this was it, I entered on this candle. This wick down, it just tanked. And it tanked 10 pips in like literally I think 20 seconds because I barely even saw it. By the time I literally looked down, got my coffee, I was drinking it. I looked over at my other screen and looked back and it had closed. I was like, what the fuck? So that was just really just it was the end of the trend, so. So, like I said, we're waiting for a break out of this range. On Euro, if we take a look, it broke out of the range here. I moved up and down. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to burp in the mic. Let me draw this here. We have a slight possibility of getting in a small trade here. So it broke through. It's coming back down. We're going to see if it moves back up. What I'm thinking is it's probably going to tank back into the range. It looks like it just pushed outside of it and it's going to tank back into the range. I've really got to pee, so hopefully it doesn't break out of that range and go up. If you're watching this screen and we get like a candle, a green candle up in this area, let me put a mark by it. So if we get a close anywhere where, well, the red dot's already forming. See the red dot here? I'll zoom in. You can feel free to take an entry there if you want. I would use a 10 pip stop loss on it, and then I would move the stop loss up to wherever the bottom of this is, wherever it turns around, because that'll be the swing low. You want to put it slightly below the swing low. This is just in case, because I really got to go to the bathroom. I didn't get to this morning because I've been frickin' running around the whole time. But basically what we're looking for is if it comes up, closes anywhere around this red dot, we could go ahead and jump in. We'd put a stop loss down here. I will be back and try and... we'll wait. I just think it's... I want it to come out of the range, so I think it's just a push out of the range. If we look back, we have it here. So what I'm looking at is around this area. I want it above. I wish you could make the yellow line go to the background. Draw object as background. Well, what do you know? I forgot that it could do that. Now, if we wanted to do a touch, if this thing turns green, that would be an initial entry, but I am really afraid because we're in a range and it's not a definitive trend, actually, that it's going to pull right back into that range. And I'm talking about this area here. See how it just peaked out and then it came back down, so we want to see if it's going to bounce and come back out. That could possibly mean that we have a trend forming. I'm like doing the pee-pee dance in my chair. Yeah, but the markets today, on the description, I put what the fuck markets, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. They were moving excellent before news hit. I mean, it was beautiful markets before news hit. Unfortunately, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. See, right now it's pushing to get out of the previous range before it was pushed out a little bit. Let's zoom. We're green down here. Euro's stronger than USD, so that's a go. We're green here, we're green here, we're green on the line. Candle time has slowed down a little bit. We're looking at 30 seconds to a minute per candle, which is much better. This shit right here was too fast. This whole section moved here, probably formed in like less than this. From here to here, probably moved in less than a minute. From here down, less than a minute move. It worries me because we are braiding here. That's why I want to see a clean, clear breakout. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna median rubber band theory. The rubber band's gonna be exhausted and pull right back in because we're not actually in a trend. We're ranging right now. So this would be kind of a risky trade. But you can see it hit. If we zoom in, it's hitting and bouncing. It's not clearing out of that freaking range. Opinion-wise, is this easier to see with the blue line and the white line? It's the same shit. I just changed the look of it a little bit for tomorrow. I'm trying to make it as clean as possible for y'all. See, we had a clear above, but again, just because it went above the fast, we're still stuck in this range box. So that's why I'm not touching it. It hit the upper limit of the range box and it bounced back down. This was the breach of the range. Here was our pullback, and we'll see if it comes out, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's getting rejected back into the range. But is this easier for y'all to visualize? I added the support and resist dots. That I actually used these a lot before, and now you see how I draw it on the screen, but hopefully that'll let you draw them easier. I changed the color of the lines. I made this one a little bit bigger, and I made this one a big dashed one because that dotted one was kind of hard to see. I don't know what else I can do to make it prettier. Down here, currency strength's self-explanatory. If it's gray, or you can visually look at it. If it's in the middle of these white lines, that's bad. If it's gray, that means it just barely did it. If we have a cross, that's good. Euro's above, that means Euro's stronger. Euros are first, so that means it's upwards trend. Green, green. We have a little green line behind it. The only thing that I could think of to make it visually more appealing is if I could get, but when I zoom out one, it looks okay. It's basically set up for this zoom level. Is this green line? Maybe I'll play with the colors today and see if I can get it a little bit different. I had the guy over at 4xTSD recode it for me, so now it says 4xTSD on it, and he didn't give me the MQL, but I really don't care. The alerts are fixed on it now, though. So Euro is all up. Now USD just said it's up. Again, well, USD is starting to say up. But if we look, we're in a tight-ass freaking range. Still nothing and nothing. You can see up, down, up, down, up, down. PP Dance is about to kill me, guys, so I'm going to go. I was hoping that it would push up. It looks like it got rejected. I'm going to go ahead and mute. If you have questions or any comments, suggestions on how to make this look better for y'all, or if you have questions on it, just go ahead and post them. I am going to take a little bit of a potty break, and we'll be back. Wait for something to break range, jump in, make up the lost pips, and be happy campers. I'll be over Time Warner's bullshit. And I'll be right back, guys, gals, everyone. I'm trying to remember. It's bugging me because I know I had 2 things to email out, and I can't remember the freaking second one. Oh, if someone's on Pepperstone, could y'all tell me about the accounts? Because I want to make sure people are on the correct. I know there's Razor and Standard. What are the differences in the two? So I know which one in the email to put out to recommend for the scalping. Like with FXCM, one is spread only and one spread plus commission. If one of y'all is on Pepperstone, can y'all tell me what the 2 accounts are? Like what the charges are for each one? I know there's Razor and Standard. What are the difference in the two? If someone's bored and want to type it into either the YouTube chat or the Slack chat, whichever, because I want to see. That was what I was remembering for the email. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I feel better now. Yay. So it looks like we're getting a little consolidation. Let's look at it on the 1 minute. 1 minute, let's zoom in a little because that's too tiny for me. This is where we're looking for, about where we're looking for a break. We've had several close right above it, but it hasn't moved anywhere, so that, again, that worries me. But we'll see. Again, here's our line to close above. On the 1 minute, it's a little less clear. We could actually move it up a little bit to about here, and that'll match here. We can get rid of this one. Not this one. This one. If you screw up when you're drawing stuff, you hit Control Z, it'll put it back. Just a fun freaking pointer. Let's check Euro UJ real quick. UJ, nothing to look at there, so let's go back to Euro. See if we can't get that pop up. I'm really kind of nervous about this one, so that range seems to be holding. And we can see rejected, rejected, rejected. I always click right where this dot is and it turns square. It's kind of annoying. It's weird. Annoying move. While we're at it, I might as well go ahead and add in... shit, here, let me do this so I don't dick anything up like I did yesterday. Okay, so file, new chart. And let's go 1 minute. Down on Euro, see? It got rejected. So down on Euro, so we're still stuck in that range. Let's bring USD CHF over one, and let's open up that one offline. That mess is done. Let's get my charts in order now. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Euro. You can see right where we drew it. It's just slamming and not going. Currency strength's weakening. We're starting to get a red and a red. UJ's piddling around in its shithole. Excuse me, another burp. I want to see something. Here was news. Again, tiny little candle, then a giant move up. Weird shit. Alright. So let's take a look what we got. Not spectacular on USD/CHF. Spread's 1.6. I'm not going to take any trades on it. I want to watch the spread. 1.4 to 1.6. That's the equivalent of UJ about. 1.4 to 1.6. That'll be good for y'all. UJ does drop down to like 1.2 to 1.1, and USD/CHF holds a little bit higher, but it's still perfectly doable. And it's in a range too, though, so not much to see there. Euro's still flat. UJ flat. Alright, well, we'll sit here and stare at nothing then, I guess. Has 75% commission, but the spread isn't. Okay, cool. Thank you, John, because that way I know what to send out in the email today. I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page, because... I honestly just want this week to be over. So we're already moving red, and we're getting across, but we still stuck in this freaking range. Right below us, we got the daily open, so it's not like we can do much with this if it did break south. This day has just been a waste, honestly. 10:46. I will be looking at the markets after lunch today, which I hate to say. But again, leave it on. I'm thinking about trading London tomorrow, since Fridays are usually early for me. Remember, I do trade London. So try and keep your signals up and open. Fridays are early for me. I do attempt to trade London, so... I don't know if the inauguration, someone asked me, I don't know if the inauguration is going to affect the markets tomorrow. I mean, he's already been elected, and it's kind of just a ceremony, and it's in the evening. When Obama got elected, I don't even remember what happened. Actually, when Obama got elected, I was still focusing mostly on bins, and I wasn't trading Forex that heavily. His inauguration might have fell on a weekend too, I think. I don't know. Wonderful. Oh, I don't want to see that. Yeah, I think Melb said something, I won't repeat it, but I think that would affect the markets. But security is going to be so crazy there. But what was I going to say? I think you're going to see a huge influx because of bikers showing up at his inauguration. They've been slowly showing some pictures of... they've seen huge convoys of motorcycles heading to D.C. That should be interesting. and I mean thousands at a time. Convoys. They've taken people have been taking pictures and posting them on Facebook, and their jackets say "Bikers for Trump." But they haven't. They're not. I don't know. Like, I'm not in that little social media circle, so. But that should be interesting. It's insane the amount of news coverage they're giving it. Right now they're showing his plane taking off from New York. Or that doesn't even look like his plane. Maybe it is. I don't know. But they're showing his plane taking off. Like, why is that news? Really? Is he like a big? I know that they made a big deal because Trump said that if Brexit goes through, that he's 100% behind supporting y'all because he thought it was a good thing. And the freaking the I guess the Democratic leading news here, they just had a field day with that shit. It's like anything he says, they try and spin it bad. Especially which one is it? CNN. God, this is just boring. USD JPY green coming strong but still not broken. USD CHF. Good lord. Like I said, just a reminder, and I'll send it out in the email today that I do trade early tomorrow. So go ahead and leave your signal shitties open. This will not the news EA will not affect these trades if you're running on the same VPS, so don't worry about that. It doesn't care about trades going on until news hits, so I won't be trading during news, so that's not a problem. I was even kind of watching the Senate hearings where they were grilling the proposed whatever, like Secretary of State and all that crap. Just boring. Now they're grilling Rick Perry today. Sad when the markets are this flat after that nice movement. It's peeking up again, but pooey. So we got questions? Anything? Bored? much to talk about when the markets aren't moving. This is what, USDJPY. It has this, but as soon as it breaks up, it has another support directly above it, right here. So we get about a whole window of 5 pips plus spread equals 3. What was the question? I saw it pop up real quick. What do you think of us running receivers with slightly higher stop loss? Soren does not hit the stop loss, but is right. That's actually not too bad of an idea. He asked about running receivers with slightly higher stop loss. Soren does not hit the stop loss, but is relying on your endings stopping out. This is USDJPY. Let me see something real quick. I'm going to turn off the signals real quick, and let's play with something real quick on you. Here's UJ. So we broke down. It broke higher. I'm going to show you something. This is what I was attempting to do earlier, but it closed too fast on me. So if I get a close up, we'll say that this is a good signal. There's a close up. I'm going to hit buy. Now I have it hotkeyed to close my trades. What I'm looking at then is I want an immediate movement up. If I get a close below here, my stop loss is down here where this yellow line is. So what I'm looking at is to get an immediate movement up. If I don't and this thing closes back down, basically if I get 2 red candles, I would jump out of the trade. So the 10 pip isn't actually going to be hit normally. But that trade literally moved so goddamn fast I completely missed it. I would have closed it out at about -5 or -6 pips. So let's see, this might be a good example because it has some support to the left. If this trade works out, I'm gonna be pissed. But anyway, here, let's watch what will normally happen. So I have Alt C, and this you'll get this tomorrow. But I have Alt C hotkeyed to close trades. So all I do is sit here and watch it. Because if I want to close the trade, either I have to open up the panel at the bottom, hit X, and I still have to move the mouse and find the tiny little X, or I have to right-click here and close. And for me, both of those take too long. Especially when we're getting, on average, when I'm running 7 pip 1 minute candles, then I'll definitely miss out on getting out of a trade. So we'll watch and see what happens. So it looks like we're going to get a red candle. If we get a second one, that basically means I'm closing out. It really depends on the setup. If I'm in a strong trend, good. But what I'm thinking is happening here is we have a support. We broke up barely. We broke up the second time and it was held. So if it goes up, great. If not, but I have a lot of the support to the left here. We have there. We have here for it to break through. We have this section. It's broken through these. I'm going to close, so I'll consider that the pullback. And now let's see if it moves up. If it doesn't, and it's going to move up, you little shit. Well, let's see. Remember, looking to the left, it still has that other section to break through. That's where it's going. This morning it was nice because the trend had broken. It was just running, and there was nothing to the left to stop it from running up. And we saw how nicely it ran up. Unfortunately, I'm just going to tell people to piss off from now on if they ask me to help them when it's trading time, or just won't answer the goddamn phone. She was 2 blocks away, so I felt kind of bad. Oh, yeah, my coffee's cold. I'm going to have to get some in a second. But yeah, I'm running I have a script loaded up that and then I hotkey it, so if I hold down Alt and press C, it closes the trade. Alt O opens up my, to show the trades that I've taken. And Alt T is to set a trap. We're at about 3.5 pips average candle size per minute. And we're slightly over 1 minute per candle forming. So markets have slowed down quite a bit. But remember, we're hitting US lunch. Alright, so we're 2 point... Well, this didn't go out as a signal. I was hoping to show how I do the stop loss. I didn't even get this trade because I turned off the freaking thing. If we look to the left, though, see how it's slightly poking above that other resist zone that I had marked? And then I just hit Alt-C. It does make the screen look funky for a second. It's not perfect. It's kind of but it closed the trade. Let me turn the back on now. CAD JPY will work. So I didn't get to show what I was going to do, but the markets were moving slower, so it actually is doable. This morning was just, I completely couldn't, I missed it when I just missed it when I took a cup of coffee. A drink, not even a full go get coffee type thing. Alright, so Euro, let's look again. Euro's still flat, hasn't busted through. Flat. USD JPY, we took that tiny little move up. Well, we didn't actually. I missed out on it too, because when I turn signals off, I don't get it. USD CHF, not doing much. Flat. And flat. Do have a range drawn on it, though. Remember what I said with UJ, as soon as it busted up, it had another target area to hit right here. That was about where it hit it and got shot down. If we look, it was over here too, although it's gone because I removed it. When I hit Alt-C, it removes all my drawings. I need to work on the script or just find a different, better one, because basically it just clears everything, which I like. I was kind of using it as a cheat before just to clear my screen of drawings, but... We can see it hit it and then it dropped. We can consider this a pullback. Yeah. There we go. Looking down at the bottom, we're weakening a little bit on currency strength, but we had a dip, and we're green and green, but it is heading downwards, so we'll see. See, it peeked its little head out and got shot down. Here was the resist over here, plus we have it here and here. What I'm looking at is right on the edge of the screen over here. These all kind of conform into one resist. And just to see, that's how it works real life. So we'll make sure that everything worked there, and we should be good. I'll just quick in and out. Try and do a couple more. What I didn't like about this and why I didn't let that thing run is if we look to the left, here, let me draw where price is right now and see if I can draw it backwards. That's where we're hitting right now. I wish we would have gotten in on that shit. Moving too damn fast. Sorry, talking to myself. I just realized I'm talking to myself. God. That's what you get when you're working at home by yourself. Part of the reason I do this is because I think I would go nuts if I just traded absolutely by myself. We'll wait for a real pullback like this. Remember we took a little run up that it should have been I can't even talk. I'm just gonna take a minute. Ugh, you need coffee. I wanted to talk about pullbacks and okay, so when we're talking this is a question I had. So price moves up and this is a pullback. Price moves up. This is a small pullback. Price moves up. This is a small pullback, and then price moves up. When I'm looking at pullbacks, one of the things I try and look at is now this one, since it was one candle. What I'm looking at is I'd say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 up. When I look at a pullback, here's 3 down, so it's not 50% of the move down. Plus, we could see the lines right here, the little lines right here. Let me zoom in on this so we can talk about it. So these are the lines. This one candle, I don't really consider it a big pullback. The 2 I do consider. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically what we're looking at is this drops 50% down, then I would not consider it a pullback. I would consider it that might actually be starting to head south. So this moved up 3. Now let's say we're watching this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 up. So if this drops 3, because you want to count this candle, the first candle is going to count as 2 because it's 2 down and then another 2 down to form a down candle. So if we get 3 red candles, that's a 50% pullback, and we're in a warning zone that it might not be a retracement. It might be a change of direction down the other way. So there's 2. Now we need 4 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 4. So here's 1 down because this is a downward move. Here's a downward. So 2. We need 2 more red candles down. So it's 3 plus. It's always plus 1 on the downside, and you want to divide this in half and see what you get. So if this is our second one, this is still a pullback. If we get a third one that completes, then we're in a warning zone. Now if we get a green candle up here, we could jump in it possibly, but it would be well, we'll see. Does everyone get what I mean by I don't count this one candle down, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then go across 5, 6, 7, 8. We only had a 3 down and a move up, so I don't consider this in danger. This is danger now. We have 3 down and moving, so I don't consider this a pullback anymore. I consider this a possibility that the trend is going to change direction. So I wouldn't be doing a re-entry on it. Now, if this thing turns green, we still don't have a full fucker out of it, but right now this is, and here, let me show you FIBO-wise. Actually, give me a sec. What I'm looking at is basically Fibonacci. 3 down is putting us right at 50% of the move. That's what I'm trying to say. If we get more than 50% move down, it's a chance this is no longer a retracement. What I'm looking at is this is a retracement up. A touch entry would be when this candle turns green and then we go up, but there's a chance that it doesn't clear the 100. If it clears the 100, then we're looking at a run up to 161.8. So somewhere around here, I'm in take profit around here. Now if this closes green, here, I'm going to do it because it seems like it is moving up and I feel a little confident. We have the stair steps, so I feel a little confident. The only thing that could happen here bad is this is the end of the trend, which happened before. Hopefully it doesn't happen twice. If not, I am going to cut the trade short. So if we get 2 down candles, I'm closing the trade. This is how the signals should have ran. We're running slow enough right now that I can do this. We're at 3 point some pips each. So we're looking at if it hit to hit the 100, it needs to break through. There's nothing on our left to stop it from moving here to the 100. The 100 will be our next target goal. Remember, if I get 2 red candles, I will close it, so we're going to be nowhere near the 10 pip stop loss. Hope I'm not scaring y'all, because I know this is a live trade. But this is what I'm looking at. Don't go down, you little pecker. So we might get our first red. If we get a second red, then I'm going to close it out. What I'm hoping for, if it hits the 100, I can close it out there for a tiny bit of profit, just since, or we wait for it to bust through. If it doesn't, like I said, the next candle red, I close it, because then I know this trade isn't going the way I want it to. And I got my fingers on Alt C. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm gonna need coffee after this. It doesn't look like this one's wiggling the way I want it to wiggle. So this is how it's supposed to work. That previous trade just was way too fast for me. Like I said, I completely bombed it. My drink of coffee ruined it. And this time I'm not touching my coffee. One down will put us really close to our slow-moving MA too, so hopefully it doesn't. They seem to be pushing it down a little bit though, so we'll see what happens. Remember, we're at lunch and it's slow right now. We're over 1 minute on this candle already. If we look down at the bottom, currency was weakening a little bit, but it didn't get into the danger zone yet. We are green still, slightly above that. Our green bars are green. Our little green squiggly line is green. Candle time's a little bit slow, but that's fine, and we're at about 3.5 pips per candle, which we're at 3.9 right now, and -4, -5. We're about to close out. We're already at about 2 minutes on this candle, so this is the slowest candle we've had in the last like 20 minutes. So this could be a little bit of a decision candle. It figures I'd get in on a trade that does this. Scoot your little butt up there. Basically, this candle's taking longer, so you can see there's a little bit of fight going on between bears and bulls, or buys and sells. And so far, it's not looking so good for the buys. For the most part, we've seen bulls in control of this one, which is odd because I don't really see any support and resistance around this point. I think this is lunch. Almost for them. Lunch is starting to kick in over there. And see, it's hovering around the 60. The 50 is where I want to get out. If it goes below 50, I want out, because then it's most likely going to run down. And it's going down almost. There we go. Nope. See how the moves up are slow, but the push down is fast. God, they really don't want to make up their damn mind on this one. We keep getting it pushing lower and lower, though. Every time it pushes back, it goes a little bit lower. After this trade will be a break. Actually, I'll probably halt for a bit because we're in lunch definitively after this. Here's the 100 almost. Now 100 is about a pip above where we are now. So if it breaks that 100, that would be awesome because it'll probably run up a little bit more then. Here's hitting the 100. Go ahead and close it out. I thought I closed it. Let's see if we can get it back up into about the 3 pip range. I went ahead and closed it because we're seeing a red. Okay, so thankfully I didn't get to show the stop loss. That was a quick run in and out. It's probably going to run up a little bit, but again, I'm just trying to scoop back in a little couple pips to make up for that 10, and we're going to get in and out of a couple trades. I didn't like the way that was moving at all, though. The bulls, every time it was moving fast south and slow north. So I wasn't liking that. At any point, though, if we would have gotten 2 red candles, it would have been out. So even if we're in profit, 2 red candles would have been out. But you can see, like I said, again, earlier today, that fucker moved so fast, I had no opportunity to get out. It was just shit. Did you not get the trade mail? Because I'm running Heartbeat. Last one was, what, 1717, 15. 1770, 44. Heartbeat just updated. Odd. I'm going to turn off my Heartbeat, turn it back on. Tell me if it works. Cancel. Okay, so it's... Let me put in a wrong password. I'll drop my heartbeat period down to 10 seconds. Let's try and hurry this up. Auto trading back on. Here, let me do this too. Give it about 10 seconds. I bump the heartbeat to every 10 seconds so it'll update quick. Euro, it broke down out of the bottom of the range, so we'd look for a pullback and then a drop. We are red, 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 red. Why are things moving when I'm not ready to trade? UJ, let's get it in. UJ, you can see that was where we were in and out. There was the support also. It looks like they had issues getting through. Let's see if I was out on the right time. We could have held on to that UJ trade a little bit longer, it looks like. I did jump out premature. Typical of a guy. I showed connected heartbeat going out. I got it set for every 10 seconds. Now I bumped it from 30 to 10. So let me know if you don't get a heartbeat. I'm going to go get some coffee. Let me know if your heartbeat kicks in. Or if anyone else has an issue, let me know. Everyone should be getting the heartbeat. Oh, that's the wrong thing to mute with. This is the right one. I'll be back. Alright, so we're 12:25 Eastern Time, which is US lunch. We can see the moves are getting shorter. Remember, leave signals on. I will be up early. Arrow's up into its range, so that's a no-go. And we're in lunch right now, so that's a no-go. Again, I'm going to say it like 20 times. Leave your signals on. I'll be trading early. UJ's hitting our slow MA, which not good sign for an continuous upwards. Currencies are closing in. We're red here, so conflicting on the bottom. Mel, that might have been my fault. I did something I've never done before. Remember when I loaded this up, I drug from here to the navigator and changed the pair? I have never done that before. That might have been my fault. But I know not to do that, just in case. Check. Actually, no one else confirmed for me they got trades. That's why I say it might be me. We'll see. La la la. Sorry, I'm reading something. on UJ real quick just to look. Yeah, that's a no-go. Alright, so again, leave your receivers on. Don't touch them. Asia's... Blah, blah. London's early tomorrow. Might be an Asia trade, I don't know. Leave them on though. Really just depends on how markets are looking. Let me look at the news again on Asia. That's not what I wanted to go. Forex. Why did you take me there? You've never done that. Yeah, we're clear for tonight, so we'll see about that. Alright, so like I said, leave them on. Up on UJ. Tomorrow, remember, early day. I've said it like 10 times, so we will do that. We'll walk through the system, hand it out, have all the indicators ready. If you have comments or anything on it, what you could think make it better, let me know, and I will attempt to do it. But we'll go through everything step by step tomorrow. It's going to be, this is already an hour and 21 minutes, but we're going to take trades and focus on teaching this. And we're going to focus on these quick in and out trades so that y'all can do it. Again, I will send the spreadsheet out tomorrow. I've already gotten 4 people requesting it, so I'll send that out tomorrow also. I did not forget about you. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Enjoy.